He told me. He told me that he's totally loving it.
I'm sorry, no, it's not
He's
the case.
like, oh my god, how much I love this.
Oh my god, did you see? It's.
Hang on.
I wish you guys could have seen just a few seconds ago.
I gotta go to Twitter and change my tweet.
You're like, okay, now I'm streaming.
Can I edit my tweet? I can't. You can't edit tweets.
No, you can't, which is
Okay.
very sad.
I lied before.
I lied!
Okay. Why is no one here? Why? Don't they love me? No. Alright. Hi. How's it going?
Are we live now?
Yeah, we are live. People be speaking to us. Oh, hey, look who's free now.
I see it.
I'm
Who's
gonna add him
free?
to the group call.
Oh. Oh, he's free.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
I see the new link that you just tweeted.
Yeah, so we went through about 20 minutes or so, and no one was watching the stream, and I'm like, I hate to sound arrogant, but that's unusual. Are we live? Turns out that apparently YouTube made a Spiffy Squee channel and a channel just for the email that I don't use at all, and it was trying to stream it on that channel. So, good job, me or YouTube or whoever did it.
I'm going to blame you.
So basically, what we're going to do is instead of like starting over from the start of the book and making Piph make all the choices again, you guys haven't missed that much. We're just going to kind of go over it real quick. So,
no, don't worry about it. I'm just here for the ride.
All right. For everyone who is not familiar with this, because it's been over a year since Piph and I have done any of these, we've been playing through the Lone Wolf series. Inferno and I have done a few books too. So Inferno kind of knows the deal.
We did some of the later ones. So.
And you'll like this. You'll like this Inferno. This program actually automates everything. It makes it much more.
I'm familiar with this program. The only thing this bums me out is that it doesn't have all the books yet, and it's really, really slow at doing that. I don't even know if they're going to finish them, which kind of stinks.
Yep.
But because this is an amazing interface. I've been recently kind of going through over the Lone Wolf books myself, but I use the online Java-based website one just because all the books are there, right? So I'm one of those weirdos where I'm like, I don't want to start something if I can't finish it with the same program, but that's just me.
Yeah, and they still work really, really well. They still have like the random number generator tool.
Yeah, it still automates stuff. Yeah, it's great, but this, like the layout and everything like that, it's beautiful.
So Piph and I have gotten through halfway through the 5th book, and then we stopped. And we've decided to start it back up again, partly because I've been playing the Lone Wolf game. Now, this should not be confused with the Lone Wolf game. That is an actual full-blown video game set between the 3rd and 4th book. These are the actual books. Oh, yeah. In Inferno, they're actually really, really good. They were meant for...
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of it.
I'm surprised the combat is actually deep enough that I really have to think sometimes of how to get by it. So it's impressive.
Yeah, I guess the only thing I'm not crazy about the combat from what I've seen is that since it's made for a tablet, you don't push buttons, you swipe stuff, and I'm like, that's... I don't know, for something in me, it just makes me shiver inside.
You can actually change that option, though. On the computer one, you can choose to use a keyboard instead of the mouse.
To
press buttons and things. But in any case, so Piph and I are in the middle of the 5th book. He, when last we recorded, he had been lured to a city to sign a treaty, but the person who was going to sign a treaty with him died, and the new person that replaced him is evil, and so he's been running around in the sewers, like you do.
Being evil.
And basically he found that the Dark Lord Hakon, the leader of the Dark Lords, was looking for the Book of the Magna Chi, which is the book Lone Wolf needs to progress. It's basically the book that started the Kai Order. So he wants to go find the book before they do. However, he's got a problem first, which is he's stuck in this palace, and they know he's there, and they're hunting after him. So you guys haven't missed much. He kicked a dog over a railing. He killed...
Wow, he has a literal kick the dog moment. Wait, this is Lone Wolf, our hero.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's not good.
The dog was trying to kill him, but not the
He
Yeah.
went for the jugular, and I kicked him.
Okay.
He killed Dracarm and then killed him again. By using, he's got a sword that lets magic get directed to the sword so it's harmless, but instead he chooses to use one of the dead bodies to just block the spell to incinerate it, because dude had it coming, I guess. And then he's basically been trying to run and escape the palace, and the funniest thing is he's been trying his whole time to go downwards. Like every 5 pages or every page or so, it's like, do you want to go up or do you want to go down? And he's like, I don't want to go up, I can't fly, let's go down. And
That's not how that works.
so we're headed up.
Because there's no more down?
Because there's nobody. He made a good run for it, but yeah, eventually they started chasing him.
The game is just like, you went up. You're going up.
You're going up whether you like it or not, you assholes.
You're in a bell tower now.
Yep.
Wow, you went up really fast.
Well, he made, like I said, he made a good run for it. But below the bell tower, you see a line of Ikatar pins, which each with its own circular landing platform. Ikatar are a breed of huge black birds that nest in irises high in the peaks of the Dahir and Vakar mountains. The Vasagonians have long since tamed these giants of the skies, using them as winged mounts for their army leaders, their scout couriers and envoys. An Ikatar and rider swoop down out of the reddening sky and alight upon the platform nearest to the bell tower. Slaves hurl a rope to the rider, who in turn fixes it to the saddle before he jumps to the ground. The Ikatar claws and beats its huge wings as it slowly winched into the pin by hidden capstans. That sounds PETA-friendly. The rider and the slaves leave the platform. There is now only one sentry on guard at the pin. If you can overpower him, you can escape on the back of the giant bird.
I don't think the Dark Lords really care about animal rights. I'm just gonna say it.
Huh. They
Yeah.
always seem to be
They're
so...
called the Dark Lords, not...
Hey, Squee. I just wanted to know. I actually did bring a blow dart and sleep darts. I just didn't mention it before now.
No, you didn't.
Please, if you add it to my
No.
character,
Cheater.
that'd be great.
Cheater!
You have a Summerswerd. Do you want that?
Unleash it.
Summersword.
Unleash the Summerswerd.
Okay, you don't have sleep darts, so let's see what else you can do. You leave the bell tower. Screw it. I guess I just can't do it. And make your way down towards the sentry. At first, dodging from one turret to the next, it's easy to remain unseen. However, for the final 30 yards to the landing platform, you will have no cover, for the platform and the palace roof are linked by exposed gangplanks. If you are to overpower the sentry, you must cross the gangplank undetected. You have mind over matter, so you don't need to worry about the random number table.
Thank God.
Focusing your skill on a money pouch that oh dude, that's cold. Hangs from the sentry's belt, you concentrate on untying the leather thong that secures it. Seconds later, the pouch drops to the ground and spills its contents. The guard yelps in horror as he sees his gold rolling over the edge of the platform and drops to his knees to gather what little remains. As he turns his back, you break cover and run across the gangplank. Your speed and stealth carry you across the gangplank undetected. When you strike, the guard is still on his knees, picking up his scattered gold. Your attack is silent and deadly. Dude!
I didn't even have a chance to unequip. Squee, could you equip my Warhammer, please?
You killed him with the summer sword.
I didn't mean
Murdered them.
I just like how it's like, yeah, you're gonna kill him, but man, money, that's a low blow. All right, do you want to search the guard's body, or do you want to hurry on?
You know what? I'm still generally unseen, silent, and deadly, so let's take our time to see if there's anything important on this dude's body.
Alrighty. You discover of interest 8 gold crowns. I assume you want those, yes?
Yeah. I got it.
And a brass whistle on a chain around the guard's neck. You may take these if you wish, but remember to mark them on your action chart. Do you want the brass whistle? Let's see, you have no room in your backpack, but I think it's a special item.
You drop something.
No, it's a special item, so it doesn't count as a
Oh,
backpack.
even better.
Cool. Friggin' put that whistle in my bag.
All right, there you go. So you've got Brass Whistle, Black Slash, Shield, Map of Vesigonia, Dagger of Vashna, Scroll. Really? You still have the scroll?
I still have this. It's my scroll, Squee. You do not get to drop it.
Chainmail Waistcoat, Badge of Rank. The one that convinced them that you're not bandits.
Yeah, raise it up and people are like, oh my god.
Yeah, they're like, how do we know you just didn't steal the uniforms? Well, I have this Badge of Rank. Okay. That makes sense. All right, Dracarum are rushing along the tiled pathway that leads to the pins. Without a moment's hesitation, you turn and run inside the Ithacar's enclosure. With the great blackbird beats its massive wings, clawing hoarsely through the domed pen. His two black eyes, fierce and cold, fix you with a deadly stare as you edge near its perch. Grabbing the saddle pommel, you haul yourself up, but suddenly there's a flash of razor-sharp talons. Instinctively, you shield your face as a glint of orange sunlight is caught on the Itacar's curved beak before it slashes the air barely inches above your head. Would you like to use the animal kinship discipline?
Ooh. Squeak, squeakum, squeak, squeakers.
Is that a yes in Piph language?
You can take many years. Oh, it can take many years for a rider to tame an Itacar, for by nature they are wild and malicious creatures. You use your Kai skill to communicate with the giant bird, to assure it that you mean it no harm. It fixes you with a cold, black stare, but you sense that it is no longer hostile. As you settle in the wide saddle, you catch sight of the Dracarum as they stream across the gangplank. Quickly, you lean forward, unhook the anchor rope from the saddle ring, grab the thick leather reins. And grab. Missing an important word there. Oh, hi there. He looks like he's having a good time. You are jerked.
Aren't we all?
You are jerked backwards in the saddle as the Itacar leaves its perch. It shrieks and claws, its wings beating as loud as thunder. A handful of Dracarum are scattered as if they were rag dolls as the great black bird emerges from the pin and takes to the sky. You catch a glimpse of a Daracar. I'm sorry,
Is that guy?
Dracar, yeah, that guy. His death mask slashed in two by the bird's razor-sharp talons as he pitches from the landing platform and tumbles to his death in the palace gardens far below. He seems to be taking it rather well.
Yeah, I was actually assuming this guy was like
right?
freaking shooting down from the sky like, I got him!
Their star player. All right.
All I need is one hit and I'll get him.
The golden domes of the grand palace below grow smaller as the Itacar gathers speed. Soon, you have passed over the city wall and are heading out towards the shimmering salt flats of Lake Inrahim. The land below is bathed in a beautiful orange twilight as the sun slowly sinks behind the Darhir Mountains to the west. Elated by your escape, you throw back your head and give a voice to a triumphant yell as it's carried away on the chill evening wind. As if in answer to your cry, an echoing chorus of shrieks pierced the sky. Way to go, that's what you get for being arrogant.
Ah, my ears.
Fear returns to your heart as you catch sight of a flock of Kraden, hideous leathery winged flyers. Each carries a Dracar warrior on its back. They are over a mile behind you, but they are quickly closing the gap. Less than an hour of light remains. If you can evade them a little longer, you'll be able to lose them when night falls. You must decide in which direction to fly, for you are now above the center of Lake Inharim. Consult the map before making your decision. Alright, let's pull on the map.
I just noticed that man has nipple stars.
Yes. Yes, he does. Good job, Piph.
Just wanted to point that out.
Alright, so you're here.
Thanks, Pip. just wanted to point that out. Hope you're okay with that.
It's nice.
So you're here somewhere, right above this thing.
Okay.
And your choices are steer it south towards the Darhir Pass or head east towards the town of Chula. So you can steer it south this way or east this way.
Well, both of them seem reasonable directions. One of them does have a town that's going to be coming around.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go south, though, because I really...
Yes, I'm listening. South it is.
I'm going south.
Got it. A terrible shriek rings out above the rush of the wind, filling your head with pain. You are being attacked by a powerful mind blast. Unless you possess a discipline that you do, would lose 2 endurance points, which you don't. The Itakar shudders and...
That's a stupid way to word things.
The Itakar shudders and frantically twists its head from side to side as the shriek rings out again. You sense that the great bird is in agony, racked by the mind blast. As you glance over your shoulder, your stomach becomes knotted with fear. A Kran is swooping down to attack. On its back is your adversary, a Vordak, one of the undead and a hideous lieutenant of the Dark Lords. As the Kran streaks towards you, the Vordak spreads its red-robed arms and leaps from the saddle. It lands behind you astride the Itakar's back. Its skeletal finger... Mm-hmm.
I like to equip the Summerswerd.
Would you?
Yeah.
That seems awfully kind of you. There you go. Let's unequip the Warhammer, though. Alright. The skeletal fingers sunk deep into the mount's feathered flesh. Okay. I'm not sure what happened there, but alright. The shock of the impact throws you forward and the reins slip from your hands. The giant bird screeches in horror and pain as the Vordak's grip paralyzes its spine. You must act quickly, for the Itakar is now plummeting towards the salt plain of Lake Inharim. Hey!
If I possess the Summersword, hey.
You do, and of course here's a lovely picture of, wow, his spine must be horizontal in his body. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I to question the anatomy of a giant bird? As you unsheath the Summersword, a vivid golden flame shoots along the blade. The Vordak shrieks in terror, its blood-drenched bony fingers clawing at the black iron mace that hangs from its belt. It raises the mace to parry your blow, but the sun sword shears through the iron, a splash of blue flame erupting in its wake. You strike...
Excuse me, Book? Uh-huh. It's the Summersword?
It's the Summerswerd. According to the Lone Wolf game, Summerswerd. You strike again, curving the golden blade in a great arc. It bites into the Vordak's neck, tearing through its unnatural body and severing it diagonally from collarbone to hip.
Hot. That is so fucking hot.
A sickening, acidic smell chokes your throat as a fountain of green slime erupts from beneath the red robe. Oh, God, I didn't know there was lotion involved. The Vordak...
Well, it puts it on its...
It puts it on the skin?
Unless it wants the hose again.
The Vordak crumbles and topples from view, its dissolving corpse hissing as it spirals towards Lake Inharim. Sheathing your sword, you grab the reins and fight to control your injured mount. You have slain the Vordak, but the battle is not yet won. The Itakar is losing a lot of blood. It could become unconscious at any moment and drop like a stone. Suddenly, you spot something in the distance. It is a sight that renews your faith in miracles.
Is it a tree?
Why would that renew his faith in miracles?
I'm unsure. Is it my ratkin? Come to carry us both.
It is your ratkin. Emerging from a bank of cloud on the skyline is a flying ship. It is a small craft, no bigger than a Unoram river barge, with 2 triangular sails swept back either side of its curving prow. In the fading twilight, you can make out a long pennant that flutters from its mast. A faint humming reaches your ears. Your first reaction is disbelief. What you are seeing must be a trick of the light or some fiendish illusion created by the Dark Lords. However, as the ship floats near, your senses tell you that it is indeed quite real, and you do not have the crystal star pendant.
Nope. I think I tried to get it and the guy ran away.
No, actually, you...
What an asshole.
I believe what happened was either that or you just ignored your sixth sense. I forget what it was, but yeah, you didn't get the star pendant. It was in the first book.
Oh.
I think what happened was you chose sixth sense and then it said, hey, you should go this way, and you're like, no. I think. I don't quite remember, but you don't have it, so... You recognize the flag that flies above the fortified platform in the center of the strange craft. It is a crescent and a crystal star in sign of the Magicians' Guild of Turan, a city in northern Summerland. The skyship is commanded by a Summerlanding wizard, one of your own countrymen. He is a blonde-haired young man dressed in long, dark blue robes. You are so stunned by the fateful appearance of the craft that you fail to notice the blood seeping from the Itakar's mouth. The creature is near to death. Suddenly, the great bird lets out a pitiful, agonizing caw. Its wings stiffen, and its head falls limply forward as the last flicker of life escapes from its torn body. Good job not using, healing or anything on it.
I was distracted,
It ain't passive aggressive, Squee. It's just a book. You can't help it.
You are pitched forward, and your stomach heaves you as you plummet towards Lake Inherem. Roll on the random number table. Don't get a 9. Don't get a 9. Don't get... Okay.
What happens if I get a 9?
Usually it's death if it's just one
Yeah,
thing.
it's friggin' awful. It's like insta-death. And you're like, oh, thanks.
As you tumble earthwards, a blur of color flashes before your eyes as the Quran riders, the skyship, and the distant horizon all melt into a kaleidoscope of shapes and images, which you fear will be the last thing you will ever see. As you prepared yourself for death and are calm and relaxed, somehow I don't imagine Piph Lone Wolf being calm and relaxed.
I imagine him spazzing out like Piph times 2.
When suddenly you feel your body entwined by a mass of sticky fibers, there's a terrific jolt which leaves you breathless and stunned. The impossible is happening. You are no longer falling, but rising. You can fly!
No! Down! Down!
The net of clinging strands has caught you like a fly in a web. You rise up into the sky towards the flying ship as quickly as you fell. 3 bearded dwarves, clad in bright padded battle jerkins, pull you aboard an outrigger that runs the length of the hull. However, there is no time to express your gratitude, for the small skyship is under attack from the Quran riders. At the end of the outrigger, a dwarf is engaged in hand-to-hand combat with a snarling Drakar. He is obviously losing. As you rush to his aid, another of the evil warriors lands in the center of the craft, on top of the fortified platform. Do you wish to help the dwarf, or do you wish to leap from the outrigger onto the platform?
I do like platforms, but I also like dwarves. This is a hard decision.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming you're keeping your Summerswerd out? I think they're all...
Yeah.
So yeah.
Once I see black weapons, the Summersword is coming out. You know what? I want a dwarf buddy, so let's get that guy.
Dwarf buddies are best buddies.
The Drakar is strangling the dwarf. As he catches sight of you, he releases his grip and smashes his mailed fist into the dwarf's face, sending him tumbling into space. You are inflamed by this cold-blooded murder. You draw your weapon and attack. Oh no, he's got a
my dwarf buddy
of 18. How are you ever
your dwarf buddy is going to be your murdered buddy really quickly.
I'm quite sure he is. I think the cold-blooded murder actually said 4. 4.
Okay, we'll fight again.
Oh, what? Why did I get decreased damage on that?
I have no idea. Oh, due to the speed of your attack. Oh, okay, I didn't read that part. The speed of your attack do not deduct any of your own endurance points for the first round of combat.
Okay.
That's cool. Hang on, I'm trying to figure out here. You have 29, so let's see what we got going here. We got +2 for the shield, +2 for the waistcoat, so that's 4, 5. 5 plus 8 is 12? No, I'm sorry, 13.
13.
And your combat skill is...
16.
16.
That's 29.
Right. Okay. I trust the book. I was just curious. All right. And
Gosh,
it's
darn it.
dead.
I'm so rolling low.
But you killed it.
I did kill it.
The Drakar falls to its knees and makes a horrible rasping noise as he tries in vain to prise open his shattered death mask. Your blows have staved in his helm, and the buckled metal has fractured his skull. You lash out with your foot and kick him from the outrigger, sending him sprawling down to the Lake Inherem to join the dwarf he murdered. But the dwarf is neither dead, nor hundreds of feet below. He hangs by his foot, unconscious, snagged in the netting below the outrigger boards. You grab the dwarf's legs and haul him to safety before continuing the fight. The platform looks empty. No heads are showing above the armored parapet, but you sense something is wrong instinctively, and you leap from the outrigger onto the main hull with your weapon poised to strike. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
It seemed to be very instinctual. I wonder if that's Sixth Sense coming in. Probably not. Stupid Sixth Sense. I hate that thing so much. Did you know that you're in peril? Yes, Sixth Sense. I did.
Oh my god. Ah! Ah! Your Sixth Sense is just your own voice screaming in your head. And you're like, really?
I wish. My own voice seems to be way better than the ultimate the Spider-Man thing where it's just like, you sense evil, and you're just like, no shit. I've been in this town full of people that are trying to kill me, and you're telling me there's someone who's evil here? Go figure.
Holy poop.
Rocks fall on you. Sixth Sense tells you somebody tried to kill you. Oh, okay.
Alright, I'm back. Alright, here we go. Ducking beneath the boom sail, you clamber onto the platform in time to witness
boom sail.
To witness a desperate struggle. The blonde-haired magician is pinned to the deck, his left arm skewered by a spear. With a staff in his right hand, he is trying to fend off the dismounted Cran rider. The Drakara senses your presence. He whirls around and draws a twisted black scimitar from his scabbard.
Shouldn't have done that.
No.
If you had a blue scimitar, you might have actually... I would have had you have a chance. No.
Alright.
Darn black weapons.
Oh. Man, you cannot catch a break today.
No. I'm going to get whittled away.
You gotta try and win this in 2 more rounds. Let's see here.
I think that's inevitable.
Oh, God.
Okay, he's...
All right.
And he gets back up again.
The Drakar curses you with his dying breath, his cry fading as he falls from the platform. You rush to the aid of your wounded countrymen, but the battle is not yet over. A Cran rider is swooping towards you, a crossbow leveled at your head. He fires, and the bolt shoots towards your face. Then a shrill...
My face!
my face! Then a shrill metallic whine rings in your ears as the bolt miraculously rockets away, deflected by an invisible shield. No, you don't have.
No, I still do not have this game. Thank you.
You see the young magician lower his staff, a trace of a smile on his pain-racked face. Alas, I was too slow to shield myself, he says wearily, as you kneel at his side and free the spear that pins him to the floor. The wound is serious, and you hastily staunch the bleeding with strips of cloth from his dark blue robes. The wizard then introduces himself. I am Baindon, journeymaster of the Guild of the Crystal Star, he says, his voice weak and shaky. However, you need not introduce yourself, Lone Wolf, for only you would attract such company from this far from home. He glances at the Cran riders swooping past the skyship on every side. Help me to my feet. We must escape
Passive
before
aggressive.
Yeah, only you could do this. We must escape before they drag us from the sky. You support the wizard as he grasps the ship's helm. A radiant crystal sphere with hundreds of glowing facets set into a slim silver rod. No sooner has his hand closed around the crystal than there is a tremendous explosion. Sorry, I have to keep clearing my throat. The explosion is followed by a huge cloud of smoke, which engulfs a cabin perched on the rear of the deck. As the noise rumbles across the desolate salt plain, you hear an agonizing shriek as a wounded Cran. It spirals past the platform, a ragged hole rent into its broken ring.
And that's what it looks like.
That's what the Cran's wing looks like, yes. Yeah. The smoke clears to reveal the grinning face of a dwarf at a cabin window. A smear of soot blackens his rosy cheeks and exaggerates the whiteness of his crooked teeth. He is holding a tube of smoking steel that you assume to be a magic staff, until you notice that each dwarf carries identical staves. As they point them at the swooping Cran, gouts of smoke and flame bellow from their tips. Suddenly, you recognize the weapons and their wielders. They are dwarves from the mountain kingdom of Bor, armed with one of the inventions for which these ingenious artisans are justly famous throughout Magnamund. The Kran are terrified of the noise. They turn their leathery tails and fly away, their Drakkar riders powerless to stop them. The primitive guns have claimed only one victim, but nevertheless they have driven off the enemy and saved the skyship from disaster. Baindon steers the craft about, banking steeply until the ship faces the darkening peaks of the southern mountains in the distinct V-shaped cleft of the Dahar Pass. Alright, pick a number. Any number.
4.
The dwarves are clearing the deck of battle debris. A dead Drakkar lies sprawled face down across a pile of chests and sacks roped beneath the boom sail. As the dwarves grab his legs to cast him over the side, he suddenly springs to life, sending the dwarves tumbling in all directions. He screams like a fiend, his black axe cutting a wide arc around his blood-smeared body. A curse, a vile and evil echoes from his death mask as he draws back the axe to throw. His target is you!
Hunting or Sixth Sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to assume Hunting did this one.
We know. We just know. You dive aside, your Kai skill saving you from the axe. Your Sixth Sense actually told you to stay put.
It told you, GG, he has a weapon!
The axe is spinning towards the platform. Suddenly, a deafening bang rings out, and the Drakkar is flung backwards, his breastplate torn open by a dwarf shot. He gives a long, agonizing death cry as he disappears from sight. Suddenly, your Sixth Sense tingles that you're in danger. It's a little slow in the draw, maybe.
Somebody tried to kill you.
As if in answer to the shot, a menacing roll of thunder rumbles across the darkening plain from Barakish. It is as if the city itself were cursing your escape. Baindon appears at your side, his face lined with concern. He offers a shaky hand to help you to your feet. You notice the makeshift bandage which binds his wound is soaked with blood. He is pale and weak and close to collapse.
Oh, now you use healing. Oh, okay.
Well, this isn't just a bird. This is a man.
Well, like, he was already wounded a while ago.
Right, I know. I got some cloth. Actually, did you use his own robe? So, like, you're tearing strips of cloth from his robe. Lone Wolf, can't you heal? Clasping your hands around Baindon's injured arm, you concentrate your Kai skill on healing the torn muscle and splintered bone. The warmth of your healing power numbs the pain and repairs the internal damage sufficiently to be able to remove the blood-soaked strips of cloth. The wound is still open, but you have saved the limb. We'll help him now, Lone Wolf, shouts a strange voice. You're surprised by this bold claim and turn around to discover who has made it. Two dwarves clamber onto the platform and hurry to their young captain's side. One flicks open a red velvet satchel strapped to his barrel-like chest and removes glass vials and clean linen bandage. They attend to the wound, and as his strength returns, Baindon listens intently to your account of the terrifying events that have led up to this meeting. As you conclude your woeful tale, Baindon speaks, his voice full of grim determination. The future of Summerlund rests in our hands, Lone Wolf. We must stop the Dark Lord Hakon from destroying the Book of the Magnikai. I have heard tell of the tomb of the Majan from the nomads of the Dry Main. They say it is a terrible place, a place of horror and death, for what little there is left to die there. It lies beyond the Dahar near the oasis of Belofton. This is all I know, from the Mahan hid their tombs well, and what few traces remain have long since disappeared beneath the shifting sands of the Dry Main. Your face conveys the disappointment you feel upon hearing these words. However, all is not lost, says Baindon, undaunted. There is a man who can guide us there. His name is Tipasa Idurak, Tipasa the Wanderer. It is he who we must seek, for he is the only man who has ever entered the tomb of the Majan and lived to tell the tale. Dun,
She wasn't lying, though.
Baindon takes over the helm as his extraordinary ship, the Sky Rider, as the dwarves call it, speeds through the gathering darkness towards the Dahar Pass. Visibility diminishes with each passing minute until finally you can see no further than the Outrickers. You feel uneasy. If the Sky Rider veers but a fraction off course, you will be smashed to pieces against the mountainside. Do not ye worry, Lone Wolf, says Norlim the dwarf with the velvet satchel. The captain will see us through. Bandon stands with his hand resting lightly on the glowing crystal, relaxed as if in a trance. His eyes are closed, and a crackle of energy like fine white lightning traces the intricate patterns over his forehead and temples. The dwarf leads you to the cabin at the rear of the craft, where the crew are excitedly recounting their victory over the Crown Riders. They are seated about the table, cluttered with plates and steaming food and jugs of foaming ale. The rich smell of spiced mead and boar brew fills your nostrils, reminding you of how ravishingly hungry you are. You make short work of the meal, meat and marrow placed before you. Restore 3 endurance points.
Yay!
I said
Gerd.
3, Piph.
I only had 1.
However, you are unsure about accepting the jug of ale. Boar brew is so strong that many cities of Magnemund has been banned for fear of the havoc it can cause. Do you wish to accept or decline?
Don't be.
Do I
accept.
want to get crunk?
Yes. Get all the crunk, please.
All right, voice in my head.
Crunk it is.
Good
The
man.
ale is thick and creamy with a taste of malted apples. You lower
Damn
the
straight.
half-empty tankard and wipe away the froth from your lips with your sleeve. Pick a number on the random number table. If your current endurance points total is less than 15, it's not. It's above 25, so you get to add 2, and you get to add 3 because you've achieved the Kai rank of Savant.
So I need to roll a 2 or higher.
You lucky
2.
devil.
Wait. Yes.
Yeah. The dwarves continue their meal, pausing only to light large hooded pipes. Through the bluish hue of the pipe smoke that clouds the low cabin roof, you notice that they are casting nervous glances at you, as if you might explode at any moment. After 5 minutes have passed, Norlim rises his tankard and proclaims a toast. To Lone Wolf, a man among dwarves. The dwarves guffaw at Norlim's weary rye toast, and raise their tankards in salute to your courage and fortitude. The boar brew has loosened their tongues, and they are eager to tell you of past exploits.
Ooh.
You learn that the dwarves were once the crew of the more conventional vessel, a merchantman that sailed the 10 trials of southern Magnemund. The 10 Terrace is a vast expanse of lakes and landlocked seas, which connect to form a continuous canal stretching nearly 3,000 miles. They were created as was the Raimfort of Durinur by a massive landslide 3 years ago. I'm sorry. No, the landslide wasn't created 3 years ago. 3 years ago.
I thought it was created instantaneously.
3 years ago, the dwarf's former captain, a dwarf named Quan, lost his ship, cargo, and crew whilst gambling at cards. It seems the unfortunate captain was unaware of Bandon's true profession until it was far too late. So Bandon's a cheat. That's nice to know. As a result, Bandon became the dwarf's captain, and ever since they have adventured with him across the lands and skies of southern Magnemund. The Skyrider itself was given to Bandon by the magicians of Desi, in return for his help defeating the Gagadoth, a monstrous creature that terrorized their land, over which their own sorcery could not prevail. The Skyrider was traveling from Desi on its way to Barakish when you appeared. Dwarves have overheard your talk with Bandon and are excited by the prospects of new adventure. They seem undaunted by the deadly dangers that will certainly involve. Oh, good job. The fatigue of your ordeal finally catches up to you, and you are finding it impossible to keep your eyes open. Norlim shows you to a bunk in the hull of the Skyrider. Gratefully, you climb into bed, pull the blankets over your aching limbs. Norlim apologizes that the bunk is too short, but his words fall on deaf ears. You are already asleep, and you are not restoring those endurance points. I refuse to let you. Give me a second. I'm going to make the font a bit bigger because... There, we'll do that. Wow, we can go even bigger than that. Let's go. Yeah, let's go for broke. 15.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there we
You're
go.
crazy, man, Squee. Crazy.
You wake shortly after dawn to the sound of snoring dwarves and the low hum of the Skyrider. Gathering your equipment, you climb on deck to find everything in shadow, for the Skyrider is hovering beneath a massive outcrop of sandstone that juts out from the side of a mountain. Thousands of feet above the valley floor below, Bandon stands at the helm, but he is no longer in a trance. "Cran riders," he says, pointing to the sun-bleached valley beyond the shadows. "They arrived with the dawn." You stare out across the alien landscape, a mountain valley filled with pillars of massive and precariously balanced boulders. The Vesagonians call this place the Kus, the Needles, the rocky columns which reach so high into the sky that an avalanche seems unavoidable. Perched upon two of the columns are Cran, the Drakkar riders scouring the valley with telescopes. An hour passes before they take to the air and disappear. "Trim the boomsail, Bosun Norlim," orders Baindon, his voice barely audible above the increasing hum of the Skyrider. "We've a fast run ahead." You don't have a black crystal cube, so that's good. I guess.
I think
it would have exploded or something. Ooh. So, good job.
Yay!
The voyage through the Kus is breathtaking. The Skyrider glides between the towers of rock that rise from the valley floor with fantastic and unearthly grandeur. Far below, sulphurous water bubbles from fissures in the orange ground, and streams of hissing lava carve circular channels which glow like motes of liquid fire. You watch the sky, but there are no signs of the enemy. "Irakish," Bainin says pensively, "the Eagle's Lair. This is where we will find Tipasa the Wanderer. It is the place of his birth, and the home of his family. He roams the dry main, but he always returns to Irakish." It is late afternoon when you reach the hills beyond the Kus and that overlook the town of Irakesh. Baindon moors the Skyrider to a pinnacle of stone, and a rope ladder is lowered to the ground. It has been decided that you and he will enter Ikaresh on foot and locate Tipasa, while Norlim and the crew wait in hiding for your return. The sight of the Skyrider hovering above the mountain town would be sure to arouse unwanted interest in your arrival. You and Baindon prepare yourselves for your mission by staining your skins with brown kapala berries and dressing in the grey and white robes commonly worn by the mountain people of this region. You bid Norlim farewell and set off across the barren hills.
Let's see what the random table has to say about all this.
You trudge through the loose red sand, your faces covered to protect them from the dust and the blazing heat. The landscape is stark and desolate. All that seems to thrive here is the wire-hard grass that scratches your boots and leggings. You soon come across a dried riverbed that leads to a cave in the orange sandstone hillside. A wooden plaque is nailed by the mouth of the cave, but you are unable to understand the strange words painted on its sun-blasted surface. Do you wish to investigate the cave, or do you wish to press onwards?
A random-ass cave that probably has something like, "Do not enter, or else I got a gun and a dog." Or,
Loot this
keep
way.
moving forward. If you would save... Do I still have... I think I threw away my pickaxe.
I think you did. A sad day that was.
Yeah.
Let's see. On your backpack you have a potion of lamps for rope, meal, 2 special rations, another potion of lamps for Rindalm's elixir, and OD herb. You are an apothecary, my friend.
I want to keep myself alive, apparently.
Apparently. Though, to be fair, Inferno once had an apothecary in his backpack.
You know, I do have an apothecary, and I did save, and I like to explore. I don't want to be this dull person that's just like, I want to live all the... Let's go into this freaking cave. Let's do this.
Just avoid crashing portcullises. Rows of stalactites hang from the roof of the cave, like the fangs of some incredible monster, and the bubbling of distant geyser echoes eerily through the unknown depths. You begin to explore and eventually reach a place where a natural bridge of rock arches over the steaming course of water red with ore. Huddled beneath the bridge is a pathetic figure, its body bent and emaciated. A tattered blanket covers his face, and his withered hands he clutches a crude fishing rod. A small catch of lava crabs lies on the bank, their claws twitching as they slowly die. As you move nearer, the figure raises his face to stare at you. It is a man, but the sight of his face shocks you to the core. You have healing, so... The old man's face is a mask of putrescent green sores. The pupils of his eyes are yellow, and his ragged gray lips hang in tatters. He suffers from vexillus, an infectious disease that rots the skin and attacks the nerves, resulting in hideous mutilation and deformity. He has been cast from his community, banished to this cave where he must eke out his last few years of life in misery and solitude. If
I had that.
Yes, if you possess some Odie herb, do you wish to give it to him?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Wow, that's very
magnanimous.
Oh well, enthusiastic of you.
Let's do this! So like shoving it down his throat. He's like sort of throwing it
oh,
out.
You like
Jesus,
throw
okay.
it like close to his face, like you just did like a touchdown doing a victory dance over him.
You place the Odie herb upon the stone bridge and step back. At first, the Velexilir is suspicious and frightened. Nobody has dared to enter his cave for many years, but when he recognizes the golden leaves of the Odie herb, he breaks down, weeping tears of joy. May the Majan bless you. May you live in eternal peace, he cries, his feeble voice brimming over the emotion. How can I ever repay this kindness? Do you wish to question him about Tipasa, or do you wish to leave?
Alright, let's question about the...
Interesting note, this Odie herb is so rare that you could buy kingdoms with it. That's the only thing that can cure things like this. In the Lone Wolf game, yeah, I picked some up in Chapter 2. I think I found it on some body somewhere. It's just some loot, you know. It's pretty good. I was like, what the hell did I just find? I knew Tipasa once, when my body was young and strong like yours. We fought the Lakurai pirates at Samiz, and voyaged to a distant land where ice and snow lay thick on the ground, and the sun had not the power to melt them. Yes, I knew Tipasa the Wanderer once. All I know now is that he dwells in Ikaresh. Follow the widow Soshila. She will know. Or find the widow Soshila. She knows all about the all that passes in Ikaresh. As you turn to leave, the Vaxiler bids you to wait. From a bundle of rags hidden beneath the bridge, he produces a gem-encrusted mace. The weapon is carved from solid silver and adorned with emeralds and diamonds along the haft. Take it, I beseech you, as a token of my eternal thanks. Do you wish to accept this gift? Mark the jeweled mace on your action chart as a special item. You carry it tucked in your belt.
God, yes.
Right,
oh, wait, no, I have Warhammer, not maces. God damn it.
Yeah. Wait, hang on, what's to say? The mace is encrusted with precious gems. The weapon gives you the following bonuses. +5 combat versus Dorgan. +1 damage versus undead. Cool. Once outside the cave, you and Baindon waste no time in passing on towards Ikaresh. As you near the outskirts of the town, you pass a small round hut where a goat is eating from a manger near the door. A man appears in the darkened doorway and bids you welcome. He touches his forehead in the salute of friendship and invites you to enter his humble home. Hang on, let me save because I haven't done it in a bit. Oh man,
Hey,
Sixth Sense!
What do you have to say about all this?
You sense that the man's show of friendship is genuine. He may be able to help you find Tipasa the Wanderer if you accept his hospitality. Do you wish to enter his home?
Yes. Thank you, Sixth Sense. He does the actual freaking like salute of kindness that I've never seen before until this direct moment. And Sixth Sense is like, yeah, that means friendship. Oh, thanks, Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense is over on the side giving you 2 thumbs up. The man is short of stature, but broad-shouldered and strongly built. Physical characteristics common among the tough mountain dwellers in Vasagonia. He pulls a cork from a bottle of lime green wine and pours 3 large measures into the earthenware cups. "Korsha!" he exclaims, and downs the wine in one swift gulp.
Korsha! Korsha to you too, homie.
Yeah. Do you wish to follow his example?
Yes.
Korsha.
Absolutely.
Korsha! Despite your misgivings, the lime green wine tastes delicious. The warm glow radiates slowly from your stomach, filling you with a comfortable sense of well-being. Restore no endurance points. The man looks delighted by your reaction to his wine and offers to sell you a bottle for 5 gold crowns. If you wish to buy a bottle of Korsha, You pay the man 5 gold crowns and make the necessary adjustments to your action chart. There's enough koshar in the bottle to restore a further 4 endurance points. Hey, you happen to have a free spot here.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
You have hang on. You've got 35
I have.
gold. Oh yeah, you got
good,
gold.
I got gold.
You got gold. All right. So there you go. ×2 bottle of koshar.
Oh, okay. So it's split into 2. Very nice.
If you wish to question him about Tipasa the Wanderer, or do you wish to leave his home?
Sure. I'll question about Depasa the Wanderer.
All right. Tipasa, he replies thoughtfully. He lives near the Dorga market, but exactly where his home is, I am not sure. I haven't seen old Tipasa for years. If you should find him, remind him of Kamshin the goatherd. He still owes me 12 crowns. That I have not forgotten.
That bastard.
You thank the goatherd for his help and bid him farewell before continuing your trek to Ikaresh. So, Bainden's friends is also a swindler. Why am I not surprised by this?
Because you're racist.
By the way, everyone in chat, yes, there is Rifts tonight in about less than an hour, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're just doing this to pass the time. You follow a path along a dry gully, the bed of an ancient river that once flowed through the mountains. An arid breeze blows eddies of red rust along the banks of the dead earth. The white-walled buildings of Ikaresh suddenly appear, and as the dust settles, you find yourself standing in a small square close to the open archway of the town's east gate. Perched upon a tall basalt monolith in the center of the square is an eagle, the emblem of this mountain town, cast in bronze. 3 bronze arrows are held in its beak, each indicating an exit from the square. Go north towards the Doga Market, west towards the main square, or south along avenues of the eagles.
Well, I would love to freaking find that one lady, but I don't think the guy who is extremely helpful for basically saving at least body parts.
I think he cured him.
Yeah. Where would she be? I think it was like a widow.
It was a widow, and then the guy that you just bought the wine off of said he's somewhere near the Doga Market.
Okay. Then let's go towards the market.
Because, 6 cents never stood you wrong before.
Oh, I mean, except in like book 1, like right off the bat.
I don't know why you guys are pissing on 6 cents so much. I like it.
Oh no! I like it. It's just that in Piff's adventure, for whatever reasons, the 6 cents has not been incredibly helpful.
So, like in my adventures, where I always lose my fucking backpack.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way too. The earlier books, the later the books go, the more experience he gets, the better he gets at using skills.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the early books, 6 cents would do things like. Literally, someone would roll a rock and try and kill him. Do you have 6 cents? Yes. Someone's trying to kill you.
No.
Thank you, 6 cents.
There was actually one time where just like there's a strong battle down that way, but there's a safe path that way. And then if you choose a safe path, the book kills you.
In the first book, yeah. So yeah, 6 cents has been in the earlier books, not Piff's friend. Let's see. Do you wish to... Oh, okay, sorry. I got to read first. 40 paces along the street is a barracks, a long whitewashed building with ugly square windows. A soldier sits dozing in the evening sun with his spear resting across his lap. Some children are tossing hollowed-out larnuma fruits at him, trying to catch them upon the tip of his spear. Opposite the barracks is a tavern with a line of saddled dogas tied to the rail near the main door. The braying of these sand horses rivals the sound of revelry drifting from the tavern door. Do you wish to enter the tavern, or do you wish to continue along the street towards the Doga Market?
So I'm not at the Doga Market. This is just a tavern. Mm-hmm. Let's be adventurous. Let's go into the tavern.
Alrighty.
I want to be a freaking stick in the mud. It's going to be the drinking.
As you approach the door, Baindon offers you a word of advice. Take care to guard your gold, Lone Wolf. Nothing tempts the Ikaresh more than a full purse. You can trust their honor, but if you trust their honesty, they will steal the hair from your head. Inside, the mood is one of celebration. Tables have been drawn together to form a large semicircle in front of which stands a small, broad-shouldered man dressed lavishly in embroidered costume. A gold-mounted sword.
A slut.
A gold-mounted sword hangs by his side. Its blue velvet scabbard as vivid in color as the man's silk pantaloons. Affectionately, the man embraces his companions, kissing his friends and relatives who have traveled so many miles to celebrate his wedding. At his side sits his bride, her face concealed behind a veil of shimmering pearls. Suddenly, the tavern is filled with music as the guests take to the floor in a wedding dance. On the far side of the floor, the owner of the tavern, a stout old lady dressed in somber black. She watches the festivities with tears in her eyes. Do you wish to approach and ask her about Tapasa, or do you wish to leave and continue?
Old, sad, dark clothes. You know what? I'm gonna leave.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
You should have worn something other than black, lady.
That's colorist, I guess.
Well, Piff's Lone Wolf hates black weapons, black clothes. He's had bad experiences with them in the past.
You know what? Dealing with the dark ones, I think that's probably a good rule of thumb.
Yeah, it's been so far. You pass under an arch where two brass gilded conical towers gleam like gold and enter a marketplace crowded with squabbling merchants. Exotic carpets, brightly colored material, and all manner of goods are being bought, sold, and haggled over. The north side of the marketplace is devoted to the auction of dogas. The sleek but noisy desert beasts are being paraded for the benefit of the bidders around a paddock adjoining their stables. Just past the stables, a street vanishes into the carpet weavers' market of Icarus. Do you wish to investigate the stables? Do you wish to ask one of the merchants if they know where Tapasa lives? Or do you wish to leave the marketplace and continue along the adjoining street?
Let's see how the stables are going.
All right.
Say hello to the horsies and the momos.
Hello. As you enter the stables, you are overpowered by the smell of the horses and the moose.
Wait a second, I don't think he says that.
You're overpowered by the smell of the Dorgas. You grit your teeth and cover your nose with your robe. A small boy sniggers at your reaction and says, "You're not Icarus." Yeah, I can tell. He mimics your grimace, exposing a line of broken teeth. "Do you know where Tapasa the Wanderer lives?" asked Baindon, holding up a silver ring. The boy's eyes nearly pop out of his head at the sight of the gleaming silver. "Oh, yes, I do indeed," he stammers in excitement. "Walk up the street and take the first passage to your left. The old Wanderer lives at the house with the blue door." Baindon flicks the ring into the air, and the urchin catches it in his grubby hands. You hurry away from the stables and begin to search for the passageway. Just as you find it, you hear the young boy shriek in disappointment. The ring has just dissolved on his finger. At the end of the rubber-strewn alleyway, you find the house with the blue door.
Whoa.
What a dick.
They say you are what you eat, which makes that guy a massive dick.
It's like, wow, I had gold. There is no reply to your first knock. You are about to knock again when the door opens a few inches and the red-rimmed eyes of an old woman stare out from the darkness. "Baindon!" she exclaims, her voice hoarse and shaky. "Thank the gods it is you!" She ushers you both inside and locks the door. The house is sparsely furnished, and what little there is either damaged or broken. "They've taken him, Baindon. They've taken my husband. The men with the faces of the dead. 10 days ago they came like shadows in the night." She breaks down, her frail body racked by sobs. Baindon comforts her as best he can, but you sense he shares her bitter loss. The Dracarum have taken Tapasa, of that there is little doubt. By now they will have made him tell everything he knows about the tomb of the Majan. "We will find him, I promise," says Baindon, wiping the tears from the old woman's face. "But you must try to help us, if you can. Tapasa always kept a diary of his travels. Do you have it still?" A flicker of hope shines in the old woman's eyes. "Yes, it is here. He told me to hide it when the evil men came for him." She kneels at an empty fireplace and prizes a loose brick from the chimney. A leather-bound book drops from its hiding place into her hand. She gives it to Baindon, who studies the yellowed pages, his face lined in thought. You notice that the book is full of cryptic symbols, numbers, and pictograms. They are drawn by the night stars, says Baindon, tracing his finger along the astronomical drawings. They hold the secret, I know, but without my star charts we cannot hope to find the tomb. We must return to the Skyrider at first light. There I shall be able to make some sense of this book.
You know what? Say what you will, but I think those drawings are astronomical. You know what? You know what? You know what? Stop groaning and just read. That's your fucking job, okay? Pip's here to make the decisions. I'm here to make snide remarks and puns and call cows moo-moos.
Did you say these drawings are ludicrous?
That makes no fucking sense.
The base word, luda, is actually part of the moon as moon people.
That's Luna.
Yeah.
Luda.
You have little sleep that night as you the quest that lies before you. Haunted by the fear that the Dark Lords may already have found the Book of the Magnikai. You rise before dawn and breakfast on a meal of sheep's butter and dried milk cake. But before bidding farewell to Tapas's wife, and trek back to the Skyrider passes uneventfully. And by noon, you have reached the rocky crag where the craft is moored. Norlim is the first to greet you, but he cannot hide his disappointment that you have returned unaccompanied. Do not worry, the answer lies here, says Baindon, holding up Tapas's diary. Prepare to set sail. As the Skyrider rises into the clear blue sky, Baindon hands over the helm to Norlim and bids you follow him to his quarters at the prow. For 3 hours he pores over his charts, making calculations, checking instrument readings, and racking his brain for the solution that will pinpoint the tomb of the Majan. It's no use, he says, tired and exasperated. I cannot fathom these numbers. As you peer at the pages of Tapas's diary, suddenly you realize that they are written in code. What Baindon had assumed were the positions of stars is a code of 3 numbers that give the precise location of the tomb. Consult the map to help you discover the location of the tomb of the Majan. The first of the 3 numbers is equal to the number of oases on the trail between Ikarish and Barabadao.
If you're gonna fucking love this, it's a goddamn number puzzle.
Okay, let me just get out pen and paper. Okay.
No,
number.
Number of. Hang on. Map of the Southlands.
Was it like oasis?
Hang on, I shouldn't have to put that up yet. It is the first number is equal to the number of oases on the trail between Ikarish and Barabadal. Badola. Okay. So Ikarish, where's Ikarish? Here's Irkesh. And
Barabada.
Right here.
So 3 if you're taking the road.
Yeah. Yes.
Burns around as well, by the way.
Yes. So 3.
I'll just write down 3.
All right. And then the second number is equal to the number of cities in Vasagonia.
Okay. Cities. Okay.
And I don't think it actually says this, but cities are the ones with flags.
Oh.
Not little tiny villages.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think so too.
6.
And the third number is equal to the number of islands off the coast of Cape Kabar. Cape Kabar, right there.
Three.
I think so. Well, it's just like one behind the key, and they're just being a dick.
Okay.
So 363. When you have broken the code, write the numbers in order and turn to the entry that they indicate.
There's one last instruction that you missed there, Squee.
Oh?
When you've broken the code, you're all supposed to add burn to the call as well. So.
Oh, hang on.
It's in an addendum.
It's
It's
the
not.
footnote at the bottom.
No.
All right. There we go. Okay. Hang on, let me read the footnote. The other footnote. Solve this puzzle, we'll need
You mean the real one?
the real one. The section corresponding to the correct answer will have a footnote confirming that it is indeed correct. Okay. So let us turn to, 363?
Yep. Page 363.
Accept.
Did you consult your sixth sense power, Piph, to get this answer?
Not yet.
Okay.
No, but seriously, go.
Hit the accept button.
I did. Yeah, no, but seriously, go.
Did I break something? I hope I didn't break anything.
No, but seriously, game, it's fine. You can go now. 363. Game.
Maybe let's go back to the map.
Okay.
So maybe isn't it that the page number you're supposed to turn to? So
Yeah.
maybe up to 363. Oh no, it goes up to 400. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe you have to manually turn to the page.
I guess so.
Maybe it's Borkin.
Let's see. It says, hang on. If you do not see this footnote at the bottom, come back again. Reconsider the code and make your selection again. Repeating the process will turn you until you correct section. There's no alternative. Okay, fine. Let's just go to table of contents. I don't think there's a way to do that.
Oh, shit.
Well,
I don't think this
I
game.
can't tell you. I can't tell you anything.
Piph, I'm sorry.
Okay. Squeak.
Pip is having none of your shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Try typing in 163.
Okay.
Just maybe a guess.
Nope.
Okay. I was just thinking of like if it's a literal like between these two cities.
I can promise you it's above 250 or 200 because that's the first book.
Okay.
Okay. Enter the correct section number. Maximum allowed is 400. 400. Nope. Alright, let's save and restart.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be. I have a feeling it's a problem with the program.
I think so too.
Because it's not turning you to anything. So
Yeah.
either you're wrong with the 363 and it'll only continue if you put in the right number, or it's borked.
Yeah.
Wonder if 6 is wrong.
It's possible. We could try like 373 or 353.
Yeah.
Because I know 3 and 3 are right.
Okay.
313.
That would actually make sense that it might not do it unless you put the right one in because this kind of book doesn't let you go backwards.
Yeah.
So let's try that. So make sure we choose Piph. Resume campaign.
Yay for me.
Woo!
So
Woo.
let us.
Woo me, woo.
Fiesta.
Turn. We'll try 373. Oh, okay.
Ta-da!
Wait, hold on. Let's.
Inferno was right. Inferno was right. Inferno's always right, even when he is not right.
Let's try to find freaking secret area
1,
7.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, crap! Look, you don't see the flag because it's at the top of the map.
I don't even see a like stem out of it.
Right, but I mean, this is obviously big enough to be a city.
He's right.
And it didn't technically say only ones with flags on it. That was kind of me. So
Oh, okay.
Woohoo! Inferno will be right. Yeah.
all right, so that's it! Exclaims Baindon, stabbing his finger at the map of the dry main that covers his chart table. 115 miles due west of Bir Rabadow. 115 miles due south of the oasis of Bal Lofton. He picks up his quill pen and marks the spot. The tomb of the Majan. You study the map and ponder the miles of desolation separating you from your goal. Baindon notices your look of dismay and quickly tries to put your mind at ease. Fear not, Lone Wolf. We will be there before dawn. You smile at his confidence, but it is not the actual journey that worries you. Your concern is what you may or may not find upon your arrival.
Also, this burning sensation when you pee. We should be pretty concerned with that.
But I already used my...
You honestly, you should probably get that checked.
I already used the golden leaves of
OD.
worths of city. Yeah, OD.
You got no more.
Okay.
Dawn is breaking on the horizon of a low hill, blurred and dotted with small tufted trees. Swiftly, the Skyrider has voyaged through the night to arrive at the foothills of the Konashi Mountains, in whose folds the skyship is safely tucked away from watchful eyes. 25 miles to the north, across the landscape of barren rock and dry brush, lies the tomb of the Machan. You and Baindon set off before the dawn, anxious not to waste either time or the protective cover of darkness. Now, as the great golden disk of the sun rises in the sky for the first time, you can see your goal. A massive excavation has exposed the heart of the scorched land, delving deep around the tombs of its forgotten ancestors. Thousands of Gaks, spiteful and malicious servants of the Dark Lords, labor increasingly to remove rock and sand from this quarry, forced by Dracarum to drag their back-breaking loads up ramps to rim the crater. Close to the edge of the crater, an encampment of black tents surrounds a large domed canopy. Lying in the shade of this construction is a huge flying creature, an Imperial's land beast. Its presence here can only mean one thing. Dark Lord Hakken has arrived. The thought chills your blood, but you draw comfort from the labor of his slaves. They continue to labor as a sign their mission has not yet been completed. The Book of the Magna Chi is yet to be found. It is impossible to approach the crater unseen. You will have to wait for darkness before you attempt to enter the tomb. During the long wait, it is agreed that Baindon should attempt to find Tapasa. It is likely that he is being held captive inside the encampment. The Dark Lords would be unlikely to kill him before discovering the treasure you seek. During the day, you must eat a meal. Yes, you will get to eat your meal.
Must eat. This is how Lone Wolf gets himself a serious glandular problem. He's told that he must eat at every single family occasion, and then he becomes dependent on food. It's just a cycle, an awful cycle.
Piph, do you want to eat just a meal, or do you want a special ration?
I'm going to save special rations for celebrations, so let's
I
go
understand.
with...
Just a meal.
Go with meal. Yeah.
Got it. As night falls, your desperate quest begins. The Gaks pose few problems that you cannot overcome with your warrior skills, for they have been overworked to the point of exhaustion. Only the Dracarum show any sign of vigilance, but even then, there are less than a dozen patrolling the entire crater. Not until you reach the main entrance of the tomb do you encounter any real difficulty. A Dracar stands on guard, his cruel eyes glinting behind his twisted iron death mask. Occasionally, he diverts his attention from the watch to take a drink from a water flask. Yeah, you have mind if I matter.
I want to friggin' chuck that flask across the room. You stand up and like, go get it.
You focus your skills on a nearby spade, willing the spade handle to rattle against a wheelbarrow in which it rests. It only takes a few seconds for the vigilant Dracar sentry to leave his post and investigate the noise. By the time he returns, you're inside the tomb of the Machan. So you basically did that, but not.
But not. So, I hate sentences like that. You basically did that, but not. So you're just saying in a convoluted way that I didn't do that?
Uh-huh.
You ass?
Hey, look, a story. As far as the eye can see, a long, straight sandstone corridor slopes away into the distance. Torches crackle and sputter on the walls, illuminating the pictograms engraved in yellow stone. At regular intervals, rough-edged slabs protrude from the main corridor. You stop to take a close look at one of these slabs and the floor beneath, and come to a frightening conclusion. They are obviously traps, no doubt set off by Gaks when they cleared this corridor of sand. Rather than instructing the Gaks to avoid them, the Dark Lords must have deliberately used their slaves to set them off. Once the traps had been sprung, the squashed bodies were cleared away and the slabs chiseled through to the next section. Pit traps and floors seem to be neutralized in the same way. Set off by luckless Gaks, they would have been filled with the dead bodies and leveled off with sand. The thought of this heartless barbarity fills you with revulsion. Just over a mile along the corridor, you eventually arrive at a large stone door. The stone surround bears evidence of chisel work. Bear! But the door itself is rock solid. You notice a faint beam of light descending from the hole in the ceiling. It creates a small circular pool of light, a little to one side of the similar hole on the floor. In the wall near the door is a triangular indentation no larger than a gold crown. You don't have either of these things.
I like to use the Summerswerd.
You can't just use it any time, Piph.
Yeah, but it does some, though.
You're trying to
I point at the door and use it.
No. You're trying to decide whether to try open the door when you hear the sound of stone grating on stone. The door slowly opens to reveal a large chamber. It is dimly lit, but in the thick dust which covers the marble floor you can see innumerable footprints. Then, as you enter, you catch sight of a rough stone throne facing the wall on the far side of the chamber behind you. The stone door slides shut with unnerving speed. I mean, behind you, the stone door slides shut. Not the throne isn't behind you. It's in front of you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The throne begins to revolve. A terrible howling fills your ears, changing almost instantaneously to the growling of a harsh, guttural language, the likes of which you have never heard before. The words and sounds that the mouths of men could never be shaped to speak roll through the chamber like thunder. It is the dark tongue spoken by Hakon, Lord of Arnak, Dark Lord of Helgadad. He rises from the throne, the ghastly voice still echoing from his unnatural mouth. A spiked fist opens to reveal a glowing blue stone. Blue flame smolders around its surface, and you can feel the currents of power that radiate from its core. Suddenly, his words change and you hear the tongue you know so well, summalutting. Look upon your doom, Kai Lord. There is a deafening...
Don't be Vegeta.
No. We already decided a long time ago. He's Vegeta.
We didn't decide anything. You decided it. You and your little goon, Piph.
I'm sorry, I don't see how this changes your power in the situation.
It doesn't. I just like the bitch.
There's
I'm a goon now.
I wish I could be a goon.
Yep.
There's a deafening crack, a surge of power, and a fireball of blue flame hurtles towards your head. I might want to, just in case, I forget, we might want to equip the Summerswerd.
Do I have that not equipped?
Oh, it is equipped. Okay. I was just making sure. I should also probably save.
I'd like to
So
use
can you not equip,
something.
once you're in battle, with this game, you can't equip something?
Yeah, once you click the fight button.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
All right.
That's not bad then.
Press the Summerswerd.
So you could have turned to the next page, and before you press the fight button, you could be like, oh, let's double check what we've equipped.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
I sometimes forget, so... Alright, oh hey, my video output is low. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Okay. Mm-hmm. You raise your golden sword just in time to deflect the bolt of raw energy. It screams from your blade and explodes into the chamber wall, gouging a hole several feet deep in the steel-hard rock. The impact jars the Summerswerd from your hand. The blade arcs through the dust-choked air and embeds itself upright in the stone floor. You roll across the floor and take cover behind a pillar. Your doom, Kai Lord, spits Hakon, is but seconds away. If you wish to retrieve the Summerswerd, or if you wish to try and move to a new hiding place under the cover of swirling dust, or do you wish to stay where you are?
He's either going to attack me, know where the Summersword is, and wait for me to try to get it. So I would like to keep my Summersword, and I know this book would freaking fuck me over at a moment's notice. I want to do a new hiding place and then get the sword, but I know this book is going to screw me, so I'm going to retrieve the Summersword.
Okay. You run, half-crouched towards the golden blade, grab the hilt, and continue at full speed towards the cover of another pillar. Suddenly, a burst of energy leaps from the Dark Lord's fist, exploding into the base of the pillar, severing it from the floor. A tremendous roar fills your ears as you are thrown backwards by the shock of the blast. You lose 3 endurance points. Hakon's laugh rises above the crash of falling stone until your head is filled with agonizing pain. Oh, hey, look, you've got Mind Shield. Good job. Suddenly, the pain subsides, but the onslaught has only just begun. A mist as black as the grave is seeping from Hakon's mouth. It creeps along his outstretched arm and settles like a cloud in the palm of his upturned hand. Whirling shadow shapes draw into focus. Wings and tentacles sprout and take form. A curse in the dark tongue shakes the whole chamber as a deadly flood of horrors hurtles from his hand. Ooh, you get to fight it.
Do I not have the Summerswerd?
You do have the
Summersword.
Summersword.
I do have it. Okay.
Yeah, you got it equipped.
So I have retrieved it.
Yes, you have retrieved it. You got it.
It is in your hand.
Let's do this.
You got the whole sword. In your hand, you got the whole white swordy. In your hand.
Hey, your combat
that's
ratio is
okay.
fairly low for what you're used to.
Oh, Granite
Yeah.
Banana's home.
It's okay.
She picked up her XP.
Cool.
Sweet.
6.
Oh, that's good.
That's not bad. That's not bad. You got this. You got this.
That's very good.
And
A few more swings like that will do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
yeah. There we
I
go.
think I've won this battle.
Let's see.
I
Don't
just
get a 1.
need-
Don't get a 1. A 6. Okay.
6,
Yeah.
right.
You're losing some endurance points, but that's fine. You got this. Okay, so you're down to 17, though. All right, you win combat, turn to page 353. As you slay the last of the crypt's spawn, Harkin reels back as if weakened by the death of his creatures. You raise the Summerswerd, willing the blade to discharge a bolt of power that will burn the evil Dark Lord from the face of Magnamund forever like the last one.
Yeah.
The blade shimmers with golden fire, but no searing blast issues from its tip. Suddenly you realize what has happened. You are beneath the earth, Doomcough. There is no sun from which the sword can draw power. Hakon utters a terrible laugh that shakes the floor. A beam of blue flame is growing from the stone in his hand, forming a fiery blade that crackles and spits as it cuts through the dust-choked air. The stench of death and decay fills your nostrils as the Dark Lord prepares to attack. Unless you have the Kai Discipline or Mind Shield, which you do,
I'd
so you're
like
fine.
to
Heal?
like to use some of my potions,
Yeah,
please.
you want some heals? What would you like to use?
Let's use both of my potions of Lamp's Fur, please.
Okay. There we go, and there we go. All right, ready?
Yes.
I believe you can also heal in fight too. I believe that is possible.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out now. Hey, you're still on a positive.
See, I know you can't drink potions while you're in a fight. You're supposed to drink potions at the end of a fight.
All right.
So,
Fight.
see.
Ooh, another 6.
All right.
Oof.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
I still have quite a meaty lead on the rate that my endurance is falling towards his.
That is true. You actually have more endurance than him right now. You're kicking his butt pretty thoroughly. Oh, and another 5. You keep
I
doing
may
this,
not
you'll be
have
fine.
light, but I can still hit you really hard.
Because of sword.
All right.
If I get a good roll, this battle will be ended right at this point.
You just kind of you're going down.
That it's not a good roll. Yeah.
All right, one more though.
Right.
One more, you should get him. You're fine. You got this.
I even think if I roll
Oh!
a 1.
0.
Okay, there we go.
Finished it off in style. You
Wow.
examine the floor where Dark Lord Hakon fell, but there are no signs of his body. The atmosphere is strangely calm and peaceful, as if a great and evil shadow has been lifted. You turn and walk to the throne where Hakon sat, waiting for you to appear. Beyond it lies a portal, an ancient inscription carved deep into the blood-red stone. Alright. Below the carving is set the impression of a human hand. Instinct and intuition guide your hand to the door. The carving fits around it like a glove.
Sixth Sense has no help in this, by the way.
Silently, the portal slides back to reveal your destiny, the Book of the Magnikai. Set on a pedestal, the book lies open, its secrets revealed to your eyes alone. As you lift this sacred book, the very air throbs with the vibration of the force locked within its sun-gold cover. With a pounding heart, you close the book and hurry from the chamber. By the time you reach the foothills of the Koneshi, Baindon has successfully completed his mission. He and Tapasa are waiting for you. As they see you appear clutching the Book of the Magnikai, they can barely contain their excitement. This night of triumph, says Baindon jubilantly, will herald a new dawn of hope for Summerland. The Kai are reborn. The quest is now over. You have found the Book of the Magnikai and freed Magnamund from the shadow of the Dark Lord Hakon. But for you, Kai Master Lone Wolf, the story has only just begun. Your destiny lies long the path of the Grand Masters. To learn their secrets and attempt the first exciting quest of the Magnikai, begin your journey with Book 6 of the Lone Wolf series entitled The Kingdoms of Terror.
Which, ironically, now is a fantastic tourist destination. It's pronounced now the Kingdoms of Terror, so not to be confused.
Right. Absolutely not. So, congratulations, you completed the first series.
Sweet.
Woohoo!
I got a mace to prove it.
Yes, you do, sir. Alright, so, what we'll do is, obviously, we're going to go ahead and end here because we're going to start Rift soon. We're probably going to do this Sundays before Rifts until we get bored or find other things to do, so we're going to get through all the books. I really love the Magnikai series. The next 6 books or so are all pretty much one giant quest. Whereas, like, the first 5 books each had their own little thing.
Yeah, their own adventure.
Yeah, this one, I mean, each book is its own adventure, but it's one adventure in a longer, overreaching quest. So I really
you have
like it.
you have like an end goal, and all of these things are working towards that.
Exactly, and actually, the books, like, the stories tie in, like, you know, there's like a giant war that breaks out, and you kind of see the building up to it, and the war and the resolution. It's really cool. It's just cool.
I would argue that the first 3 books, books 1, 2, and 3, all had the same goal, which is stop the Dark Lord attack.
That is certainly true.
And then I think 4 sends you up in an ice thing, and then.
Well, no, 1 and 2 is the Dark Lord attack, and then 3 sends you after the traitor, which you could still consider linked because it's still dealing with the fallout of the Dark Lord attack. It's really only 4 and 5 that are kind of disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
But so next time we will start the Magnikai. Get ready, Piph, because you're going from 9 abilities to 3.
To 3? Not even 5?
Not even 5. 3.
Wow.
Yep.
Did the book hit me over the head again?
No, basically, okay, it's a mechanics thing. The series is 6 books long, and if you started with 5 skills, you would have all of them before the end of the 6th book.
Okay.
So, yeah, they start you with less. So that like it'll still be kind of the same. By the time you get to the last book in this series, you'll still have all but 1. But yeah, they start with less. And there's a couple other things too that you got to worry about. Like I said, choosing certain abilities give you certain bonuses and stuff like that. But we'll deal with all of that later. So everyone, I'm going to. Oh yeah, see, here they are. The lore circles of the Magnikai. I'm going to end the stream, but only for a little bit, and then we're going to be right back for Rifts.
Yep.
So see you guys, see you soon. Woohoo!